Good evening, folks. It's 22:08 on the third day, 6th month, 2023. And good morning, New Zealand. Good morning, Australia. Good morning, Vietnam. Because that's right up here. Yeah, I could not resist the roving waves. Not shouting to a loud moment. And I've got a concern here, so hey, for my friends over in Pakistan and up in this part of the world, hey, they're showing something terrible on the tens here. You guys might want to be. Yeah, that's how much would fall in 3 hours. And imagine it'll take more than 3 hours from that to that right near to pass to that point there when it comes. As these people are absolutely fucked. Yeah, when this comes to shore. That thing is packing 8 and 10 centimeters of rain in these bands. Whoa. You're going to get a schmackingtons out, and that's how I'm coming on the tens. But not everybody is in full agreement of where the location of this storm going to be. And if that's where it is on the tens with pressures like this, yeah, she'll be coming that way. If it's like this, she's steaming straight in, and she'll kind of tend to pull that direction into the doldrum here. Right into that valley. And it's already had way too much rain. Some of the totals are going to be seeing on the tens here. Turn some of the pressures off here. Take some of the pressures off. Inland is not too bad. Unless you live here, because they're just catching the outskirts of that. Right from the nothings to the somethings. And as far as the mainland India goes, all the actions here is on this coastline here as they're moving that across. They must be changing its flow, bringing it in from the Indian Ocean, hitting a hard beam. It runs into that wall of heated outflow of energized air. Yeah, perturbations from electromagnetic frequency. Yes. Yo, coaches! Down with the coochie, down with the coochie. Coochie, 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 coochie. Real good. Just take coochie. Ah, coochie not so good that day. What do we get here with the name of the cut? Cutman Pooja. Ah, Takata. My gosh, this is just a land full of names that I could enjoy. That's right, happiness is just is just one wrong word away from have penis. Have penis. Are you jogging? Is this where jogging was invented in the area of jog? GD jog Paramount. Man, I gotta go visit this place. Except they have a vaccination policy for yellow fever, and I choose not to do that. I will pass. Pass. Doing the determining. Are you ready for this? Could I do it all in one shot? I kind of took you away from something for a reason. As we take you down. Let me take you down. Cause you're going to gasp when you see these fucking totals in Hawke's Bay coming one more time. The Esk Valley gets a shellacking, gets the treatment. The worst part about it is they're hitting the mountains first. Right, they hit you up here to swallow the streams. Get everything coming down. Go down these streams on the 3s and the 5s. Get it all wet. Get it all soaked. Get that moisture just flowing down every nook and cranny. Well, and then you hit the 10s and you zoom on back. And you go, oh my God. Look what they're gonna do to my home. Brah. That's what Access is, the one that the most weather service goes by. And even there, telling you, you get some problems. They're swallowing the streams, they're killing your dreams. They must want you to move. Just why don't they just load the bus, poke you in the back with the bayonet, or why don't the sailing ships come ashore one more time and round up the people of New Zealand for the corporations. National interest is your house. And who pays the interest? And who is interested? Those are two big questions that need separate answers, but yet they all have the same quotient. Gets a lot of rain, folks. Right up the old wazoo. Ooh. 25, do 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 do. 25, do 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 do. Boom. Right in the old thumb there. There's your 5s. Here's your 10 of relentless bringing storms over the top of the thumb of New Zealand. That's going to be one of my. This is where the thumbnail is right here, by the way. Mighty clean nails there over there. Hicks Bay. You guys are wet. Somebody was drunk when they named that, I think. That's hard to even say when you're full of coffee. But the good news is, hey, Auckland, you're not listed in the super duper totals. And you'll be one of the more safer places to be on the 10s. I said more safer. Is there ever a safe place from the geoengineers? No. You could end up with earthquake problems as we're moving all this down over there. Don't leave yourself out of the fire questions either, because it seems like there's some land grab burnies going on. Yeah, there's all sorts of ways they could take your land. Ooh, this is bad. I'm not liking this setup on this at all. At Perth, I'm going to go right to you as well. Hi. Have it. I've been warning you for days. Get in your Arks Perth. Its decision time is over. You ain't running at the last minute, endangering emergency workers. Now I hand all your weather warnings and all that to the Met Service, but I'm going to still and your local people. Oh, let's see what we got kind of figure 8 in the sky. This is your visible, invisible radar because it's dark. How the hell can you have visible radar at dark? I go up the infrared. Let's see, we got some bombs going over Jukaloop over there, June Dallop in what kind of names is this here? Gidgigump. Gidgigoo. And Midland, I can pronounce that. Midland, Perth, Fremantle, I got you going on there. They spelled children wrong over here. Child. Now, Helena. Does she know she's being mounted? Does she have permission? Is that really what's going on here? The Lichtenschweiger Schwabenschwaging Eptiana Conservation Park. You know, clack line. Clack, clack, clack. Yeah, horses here. Come on. Got the clack line going on. And meanwhile, the twet line of twetations is southern Australia right now with all the crap in the desert over here, all that shit that they sprayed here is all coming right on down on top. You heated outflow lines kind of been represented here between Rexy Downs and here. The objects of the Beamer Nations, which you'll kind of see if I load Mimic up, which I will. Gotta load it on up, move it on out. As you know, I had to take a tensor ring out. Kim Man here. Then we got a few Thunder Rubbers over here going to Crisis, Sedona and all that. Not much showing in Perth, which they're probably hiding the guilt. But I got two all loaded and bloated over here on the set view. So I'm going to ask somebody, type in if you got a sound check. How does it sound? Because I've moved my microphone to the top of the tully. It sure is out of the way up there. Give me bomb bomb. So that's like a wedge form there, huh? Mighty V shape there. You can't hide your lies in the sky by just leaving it off. And if you leave all of it off, and I turn over here and I see clouds all over the place, come on, radar people, fucking quit telling lies. Show the truth. Show the weather. Show what's there. Leave your fucking opinion out of the truth. The truth don't give a shit about Robert's opinion, and the damn sure don't give a shit about the news's opinion. And it used to be that just your opinion was at the end of the show. Now it's the whole show. The only truth you see is the kitten in the tree. They don't show you possibly the kitten was thrown into the tree just to have something nice to say. As the beaming and the blasting's going on over here from Port Hedland. And you get a steamer going on down here blasting between the two stations here, creating a flow barrier that nothing breeze is coming in from. Blasting's going on here and here and here. There's a lot of going on here in your weather. They're not showing you when you look at the National Weather Service map that what they're showing you here on Windy. This is rubbish. Rubbish. It's showing a lightning storm here going across. You think that lightning just stopped there where there's no coverage? Of course it didn't. There's no excuse for no data Other than the fact that they're doing something weather manipulation wise, and you can't hide your lies in the skies when they're showing up in the clouds. When the glitch over the radar station is blowing a hole in things, but yet you show me the radar station ain't at. All the time, when you got big storms, those things are offline, and they're giving you the bird again. The old humma mow mow, papa hum mow mow, and the bird is the word. Yeah, the bird is a turd in your sky over here, Birdville. Look at this crap, Charlieville. I'm back, Charlie, boy for sale. You better realize what kind of world you live in these days. This old frazzled, drippy sky. This whole shit show that you call reality. Look at this Port Lincoln. Look at the bombs. Let that clear up just a little bit, but the sky ain't gonna clear up anytime quick. Not as long as we get them to stop. Look at this here. F, 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 F here. Where's Batman when you need him? Oh, he was in Wuhan. What are these Chinese letters in here? What's this, the menu? Oh, I have the chem bomb soup, please, and roll cloud. You want roll cloud with that? Yeah, roll cloud. I have some graphene, says, please. Look at the swastika in your sky. It says the Fourth Industrial Revolution. It's just rebranded Fourth Reich. There's a word for your mind. And if I control your mind, I control your actions. Textbook Huxley. That ain't just microwaves. These are blasts. The flower of death, repeated, one on top of the other, blowing out this area here. Chemtrail, chemtrail, chemtrail. So you get an idea where we are. We're over at Lay Creek in Mary, Rexby Downs. You know, you are going to get the rain, but you're going to have the fallout right now. But you're going to get the rains, because the rains of which you complain are before my eyes plainly geoengineered. But the squareness of these chem bombs streaming across Australia, across the outback, breaking the back of Mother Earth. Welcome to Chemstria. We got lots of bombs. We got no money for the people, but we will take your farm. We're gonna flood out your house and burn down your home. We are the government and your rights, upon which they have freely roamed. Your constitution is illegal. Australian people, hear my voice. Take back the government. You have no choice. Don't go handing it off to a group of people based on their skin color or lineage. All of you were born at the same time on that land. Right now. This lifetime. We will never put up for sale this Mother Earth. Repeat after me. Mother Earth is not for sale. 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 For sale not, Mother Earth. You motherfuckers. Can Bob see you now? Can boom 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 boom. Treasure did stink. My God, look at this shit in your sky. Dun 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 boom 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 plum. Boom 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 plum. Boom boom boom. Boom, 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 ba plume, and they're pluming you too, the ceiling too, boom, the plumes. Come on, 1, 2, 3, 4 deployments right over here, right in front of your eyes, New Zealand. Look at this. I'm telling you, that swastika over the top used their signature. The signature of the Nazis. They not want you to see things. N-O-T-S-E-E-S, not sees. Do you see that out there, or do you not see it? What are you? A person who sees? Are you all woke? Rub them sleepers out your eyes. Get out of bed, Mr. Woke, Mrs. Woke. That's all there is gender-wise. Male and female. Anything else is mollycoddle and delusion, and I ain't going along with it. Yeah, the mental hospital. We got articles about that. Yeah, it was science. You can't cancel it. You ain't canceling Roger Waters' jacket from Pink Floyd. You mamby-pamby generation mind. Look at there's the face. The Pinocchio nose of the shadow government. There's the big ass cloud. The ass. Assy skies for you and I. Look at the bombs off the coast over here. That's that. The sphincter feature right there. It's a natural harbor. A harbor. Let's see the names. Picking up the bombs here, a big line of them. Coming across right here. Some went along and pow, 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 pow. Pow, 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 pow. Oh, these are not fluffy white clouds. These are not healthy. The fallout that we picked up of aluminum is a kind of an ore that must be processed. It's a manufactured thing. Ain't gonna find a rock called aluminum. Oh, you might find a discarded can of it. Boom, 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 boom. You see right there outside the uterus, right here, the vag opening. There's the cervix. Yeah, because you guys are getting fucked, so there it is right off the center of it. Boom, moisture coming in instead of out. Oh, look at the bad clusters here. It's so obvious, but if you got you hazed out, you'll never see it. So we need infrared camera on this. We have got to get heat images of these. They get a show. Everything that leaves that heats up or cools down leaves a trace. It does. Leaves a trace in heat flows, pressure flows, reactions to things around it, like these beams over here. And I can show you. Like this one here. Why is it cold in the UK? Because they shoved the beam, and the Earth is round, and that shoved the air over Antarctica out the other side down on top of the UK. Because the Earth is round. And there's no ice wall, and it goes over the other side. That's why. And you've been fooled. Right? My forecasts are based on that information, and I'm accurate. So there, take it. Shove it. I had to go with somebody today who had to go at me for no reason. Because he didn't like my view. Well, guess what? My view is accurate. Look at the earthquake risk for here. Where am I fucking pointing? Hey, Hawaii, you're going to get triggered a little bit of a blast for your own self, actually, as well. I've been watching you doing some manipulating. You see this beam sweat here right beside you? Yeah, the SPX could be floating about. Got a V right out here. You got another ship. You got another ship was very active right here where I'm pointing. Look at the action here. Take you up on a zoom spot here. This is down in the Antarctic Oceans. I was watching them manipulate. They made sure this didn't go over Antarctica, that it meets this corridor here with another tendril of moisture, and then it's going to fold as an independent system to come over here at a predicted time. So there's no real corridor for moving anything over Antarctica right now except through this one gap. All the flow is up through here. Yeah, so this is where your southern flow is going to come from when they talk about Antarctic air. The shove move is there. Only open gap is here. And so it'll come down across the Antarctica and under this side. That's how that works, too. It's very predictable because the Earth is round and you've been lied to about something. And I'll go into a flat Earth show at some point. And you will refute my points or go away, is how that's going to work. You're going to prove me right. You can't, because I've been on your shows and all you do is run away from me. You can't prove an eclipse shadow on me. Yeah, ever. How can your dome with the sun underneath it never puts a reflection of itself in the top of the dome? The moon rotates one full rotation every 28 days. Or 27.8. It's just under 28. That's how it keeps its face toward us. Yeah, it has to. It has to. Otherwise, you'd see the whole thing. Look at the blast coming over here, controlling the flow. Underneath South America in this part is a very easily controlled moisture batch, and they're strengthening this system here. They prevented it from going under or across. So all its momentum moving is cause it'll fold to occur with this storm. Ooh, and that was its last frame. Yeah, so it's all I can show it at right now. The ship is right here. I've been watching its dirty work. It's a big blast. It's all controlling moisture. Anybody who's seen some of the floods, some of your flood defenses you have in your towns, it's just to divert the water. They just put something up in the way to put it where they want. Well, these beams do the same thing. They're just like a wall. Things come across. How heavy is the wall is dependent upon how long the beam is on, how strong an impetus has been put in it, what's its wattage, what's its amplitude. See? The pointer right there? Ships at sea. Now, just for some people who are not as familiar with my work, I'll start your homework tonight. I'm going to go over SIGI 111 Geoengineering Balloons document. This is a document about the Paris Agreement. For some of you, this is the first. And for some of you, go get your coffee. You're going to hear this again. Sound is okay? Cool. Let's see if we can... thank you much, Mr. Jeff King. You gotta name a kid Wayne. Yeah, I went there. I can't help how you doing, Kim Kennedy and Best Start. Yeah, I could see your comment for a minute, but now I can't. I need a glass of blah blah blah. Right, this is the Paris Agreement Climate Governance Document. Many long time ago, there was an episode of The Simpsons about wanting to block dissent. Mr. Burns wanted to block dissent. So I'm going to kind of show you this document, a few pieces of it. And it's a very important one. And it's put together by who? Mr. Burns. Like I said, you can't make this up. How many sixes in this, man? 1, 2, 3. We'll start teaching you about symbology, numerology, and start bringing that into things. But here's your SIGI 111, and he's got a really friendly face. What language do you think he would be speaking in your mind? If he held up his hand, what would be on it? Would he be like the guy at Indiana Jones? Hi. Your skies look like shit, or the shitter sky guy. So he's a senior fellow, and he's worked for Energy and Climate Program at Johns Hopkins, right? So he's definitely got a bias. But non-governmental sector worker for 20 years, international studies. What did he do? Study food? I don't know. I digress. And here's all their symbols of what everything is meeting. A development program, environment program, programming, climate change, meteorology, just using the keywords. The least developed countries, the LDCs. You get you're just a fucking initial. You're a number. You're an anagram. Sulfur aerosol injection. Why don't they just call it making acid rain? These things are right here. So when you see SAI, you might think that's something easy, but it's not. It's not something easy or healthy for the planet. It's sulfur aerosol injection. Human rights-based approach. We're the rights to all the other animals. Now, I want humane rights, not just human rights. I find this is also to utilize the agreement. Utilize, use, twist, words, legal issue. And so if I go here to page 13, you get some very mean potatoes. About geoengineering, here's definitions, overviews of this type things, and their backup work from their doctors and things that they say counts. A charter for geoengineering, editorial of nature. You will look these things up. You will find what is the charter for geoengineering, editorial of nature by this guy. And you'll be like, how in the hell do I find that? So I just highlighted it. It goes search Google. I hit it. Oh, there's a document. Oh, we should pull that off. I wonder what that says. And you start doing your homework. And so here's some homework too. I haven't done this one. Because there's like 60 of them on every page. And you have to do. Somebody asked me, how do you teach all this? How do you know? Because I've gone over so much of this. And you'll download these. You'll read these things. And this is this document I got. It's just referencing it. So you go here to page 13. It's meat and potatoes. It's cut and dry. Sulfur aerosol injection. In other words, you make an acid rain. It seeks to enhance the reflectiveness, or the albedo of the planet, sending sunlight back out to space. Through the injection of gases. Injection of gas. We're not talking farts from the cows, or you and I. Sulfur dioxide. Or another gas. Another gas. When I say the gas chamber comes to you, I'm quoting a document. I really am. I'm being honest with you. I don't mince words and I don't use fear porn. These are exact words from our oppressors. Alternately, this approach may be effectuated through direct injection of sulfuric acid directly over your sky. Directly over you. And we've been picking up high acid readings beyond which volcanic eruptions they could explain. And a volcanic eruption occurring today doesn't explain last week's rain. As I go over this document, shut that one down. You see here, potential delivery vehicles are, for the stratospheric sulfur dioxide injection, include aircraft. Boom, boom. Artillery shells. From balloons. Hoses suspended from towers. Those could be the cooling towers. Steaming it up. Like you see over Crestfam and Richmond Nelson. That thing steaming it up for the storms. Or here in Megawatt Valley. And Genesis approached by some guy here. He says he countered dangerous climate change could be countered by deploying airplanes to burn sulfur in the atmosphere. We call that pollution. We fought this. Clean Air Act said so. It was bad. We needed to not burn out the trees. He projected by 2045 there would be between 5 and blight. Well, he hasn't even come near that yet. It's a lie. All of it's a lie. And they talk about other particles and chemicals. There have been suggestions. And look at this. You can get a little larger for your phone holders. Titanium oxide. To effectuate control over processes. And you will look up an overview of Earth Science System geoengineering from wires. You got all these things. Every one of these risks one says at some point they're not sure what's going to go on. They're not sure. Sulfuric acid gas may be condensed into pre-existing aerosol particles. Sulfuric acid gas. When the gas chamber comes to you, sulfur in the stratosphere oxidizes via the reaction with hydroxyl radicals to sulfuric acid. The acid gas forms together with the water vapor particles. In the presence of aerosol, sulfuric gas may condense into pre-existing particles, which can then have predictable reactions, of course. And then it goes into other methods of geoengineering, which is biggest smoking gun of all is this right here. Chemtrail deniers. Chemtrail deniers, where they use the word chemicals. Right here. Chemicals. Leaving a trail. Chemtrails are real. Chemtrails are going on, scientifically proven. Scientifically proven. Just now. This is a fact. It's a terrible fact to have to accept that this is going on. But would you rather have a comfortable lie or the truth to confront so we can make a comfortable world for all life and become a humane being to join the rest of the humane beings on our beautiful Earth. As I'm watching the chem explosions, one after the other. So let's go on over here now, and I'm gonna go with the roll it, because I'm gonna go with Perth first, because they're in the most imminent danger. I have to sip my water. Right, Perth, you got about 5 or 6 hours for the corner down here begins to get wetnesses. Well, actually, no, it's about 8 hours from now. 8. And then by proper 24 hours from now, you're well wet. And that's at 2 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, my time, which is about 18 hours from now. You should have a line coming all the way down this coast. Actually wet, heaving it, dangerous, lightning, tornadic conditions are to be expected. Water. All right, I should be able to talk some more. Isn't that nice? Certain neighborhoods over here are definitely catching it harder than others. Why? Because there's a plan, man. It's called Agenda 2030. They want stupid-ass people in smart cities. Too stupid to see that the dogs are dead. Well, yet the sheep were corralled anyhow. That's just the thought of the trough having a glass of water and grain for them to glean. As we've headed in toward Tuesday, they start very, very quickly marched, and you're going to get a second batch per. Be sure there's some of the particle animation here. Right, as she steams a caress. It's not good for you guys there in the old South Wales. The Streve Sweller was here, right, on Monday. Yeah? You guys are coming down with the wetness, man. But this time, and I'm going to show New Zealand, all on your own. All by yourself, they want you to feel alone on a shelf, getting in the mud. When I was young, we had deep blue skies and hope for everyone. My hope's not gone. Boo, 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 boo. As the story is New Zealand, it's gonna be the Bad Batch. Watch this. Okay, here you go. Right. The Coppingtons for the South Island. Voldemort has waved his wand and said, begin. And you're gonna get wet. And you're gonna get a clobbered. And it's gonna do an up and around. And the around is what's really going to be a problem. Because then behind that one is another one. And the one behind it is bad. Pressure-wise, there's really nowhere for this to go. This is a stall. There's nowhere for it to go. That's a stall. She comes down here, creeps. Boom, new one will come around. This one comes in. And until that comes over, it's nowhere land. If anything, it's going to strip off and crunch. Crunch. Yeah, the big squeeze. And well, when they squeeze it, what happens? Ooh. It's just stalling, man. It's just stalling. I'm watching it now. Coming Wednesday is going to be one of those days. Just one of those days. That starts to move. Then that comes right behind it. But it ain't moving far, because pressure, like even here, she's squashed. There's nowhere for it to go. It's still held in place. About that time there, Fiji's getting its action. Yeah, you guys got a lot going on here. New South Wales, this is going to be a very dangerous stormline day for you. And as we get closer to that day, I'll really get down your town names and totals. Maury, you look like you're the tip of where the action is. You're coming down in a wedge. Okay, so I'll be watching your totals closely. Yeah, it looks like you're escaping some of the worst of it. And then I'll try to pick out where you should go. Because some people are going to have to evacuate the Hawke's Bay area. And that to me is obvious. So where is safe to go? You're going to have to do these determinings yourself. Don't ever put that pressure on me. You listen to your local services. Don't be if you got a hill behind your house prone to a slide, vacate. Don't be an idiot. Don't cost lives. I'll go through this a little more closely for you, old Zealand here. As the collaborators occur here, I was uh, about 12 hours from now. So smackaroo there, whammo. They must be putting a beam out in Auckland to dissolve the storm like that. Kick it north and south, because you see this suddenly come up from the south. That's that cold air. When those meet, you're fucked. That's when it gets interesting. That's when the polar dynamics from that shove over Antarctica from that beam 5 days ago that comes into play. 4.5, 5 days right in there. And the thumbnail gets a washing, curves up and around. You're fucked. Unless a big beam comes up here from Blenheim and puts a square over the top of you, you're getting it. All the other natural dynamics. And if they do that, it'll change the dynamics of the whole show and pull things right in here through Nelson. It's one of those calls, and I don't see the move happening. I just don't see it happening. It hasn't happened yet. Just not having it happening. That's your last is a big blast. Well, most of that was to manipulate this up here. Turn the river. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm watching. It stalled the storm. There's nowhere for it to go. Its path is set. You are fucked. The geoengineers have said so. Page error loading. That's okay. It happens. All by yourself. The cabby bomb your wrist. Hurry, where's the come around now? She's just sitting out there. While she's doing this come around, it's gonna damn sure be earthquaking out here along that long handle piece of the pork chop out there known as the Kermatic Trench. And I imagine White Island will steam. There's a lot of just continued dynamics, and when this flow and this flow meet, yeah, we'll have to watch this very closely. This is bad, man. This is bad, man. Heavy totals coming, folks. Heavy totals, and on the fuckery chart, this is a 10. You have a decision to make. Do you go near the volcano field and risk them popping a pimple and becoming lavatized? Do you hang out over here and say, yeah, it's a fairly good spot? Do you go visit some friends in Auckland, which might not be a bad idea? Or do you ride it out? Like a cowboy. Only you can decide. Just remember, you get stuck out there, you're stuck out there. And when you're fucked, you're fucked. Only you could change your own batteries in your fuckery equipment. And the fuckery equipment that needs the biggest battery change of all. I think he's in a place called here. Fuck, this is bad. I hate having to see it happen like this. Some of the totals across some of these Pacific islands even. Yeah, Labasa and then the outlying islands of Fiji. It's like a direct targeted hit. I go out here to the French Polynesians, get a bit of a break, but yeah, Tendril is not too far from being right down on top of them at any moment. One geoengineer move away from pow, those two together, and here's a line through here. I'm not believing that. You're just over those islands getting a break. What did you do, sign an IMF loan agreement? Still soggy coming up on the 10s through all of Central America here. Yep. We will go move to Colombia, we will be safe. No. We will move over here, we'll be safe. No. The only place you're safe is in your own mind. Where fear lives. Well, we gotta confront this problem big time. Because they got a big, huge batch of water they're aiming over here toward Pakistan. You got a big old line of monsoon rains coming over here. Two of my friends in Thailand, Cambodia and Vietnam, Laos. Ooh. Yeah, you got a good soaking through the trap coming. Some of the totals are quite high. I'm not in agreement with the location of these totals actually. The beams say different. The beam line actually says see where it says? It's kind of obvious. Straight up, across, like that. The beams say so. The chem bombs say so. The geoengineers are controlling this flux. The geoengineers have decided, somehow, where and what and when. A BlackRock computer owns real estate. Is a D-Wave computer, so he's technically a oneness or a singularity with all the other D-Wave computers that he can network with. We're being terminated. I'm beginning to think this. Hey, people took their clothes off and walked willingly into showers and were gassed by the Third Reich. Or Fourth Reich. Calling itself Industrial Revolution after I heard a U.S. President speak about a military industrial complex. Reeks to me like genocide. But it isn't just Homo sapiens. It's all life on this planet. That's your forecast. That's what I got to say about that. It's just one more place I have to mention. Is up here. Along the Can corridor. Oh, you got some heavies coming. It's gonna come on the quicks. Yeah, watch. So you're about to prepare for a big event. I'll give you a quick roll through of that. As I'm worn out, this is so hard to show this all the time. It's very morale stealing. I try to inspire. I'm nearly out of tears to put out the fire. Piss and vinegar, well, that's the system we fight with sugar and spice. Don't seem to be working. You're just a whole continuous of wetness. They've turned the stream toward you. I ain't seen your big storm yet. This is not. So you just got days and days of rain coming. Just non-stops. You're getting something big and it hasn't showed. Nah. We'll find you. Where's the plan say you're getting something? I say it has to be on the end. Nah, you just got a lot of rain coming. And they ain't show where your storm is. And right now I'm so tired. I'm fine. I'm getting groggy. Alright, big love, people. That was my koha for the world. Stay safe. Make a decision and stick with it. We gotta stop the Paris Agreement. So disagreeable to all life. Peace. Out. Big love.